Hey guys, hello everyone, welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while, and today actually I wanted to be discussing a topic which really I think is a little bit of a taboo in the whole chess community. Not a lot of people talk about it. Basically, I wanted to be dealing with that one question you always wanted to ask, but maybe never really did. And basically, the question is how much money do chess professionals make, or in general, how does chess professionals make a living? So it's a very complicated question. So I'm going to be dealing with it couple of sections. There are a couple of things that chess professionals do to make a living. So in this video, I'm only going to be dealing with, let's say, pure chess professionals. Obviously, some chess players, chess kind of titled players also have some day jobs, and they just, sometimes play chess or teach chess as a side job. I'm not going to talk about them. I'm only going to be dealing with people who do that kind of strictly as a profession. So let's start. So basically, first of all, typically chess professionals would be titled players, international masters, grandmasters. Obviously, there are also chess professionals which are low-rated players, but that would be, I think, much more difficult. So let's start with the obvious question. Playing chess, right? That's what you kind of expect of a chess professional to do, is to play chess. So when talking about making money from playing chess, we have to separate it into two groups. There are chess tournaments and there are chess leagues. Usually, these two things are very kind of different from each other, because usually when you play a league, a chess league, by the way, it could be a league in your own country. So for example, I'm playing in the Israeli league and I'm getting paid per game. Like every game you play, you get X amount of money from playing it. Some teams also include some kind of, bonuses for winning games or drawing games versus losing. They want to motivate their teams to do better, their players to do better. So basically, playing in a chess league, usually it's a much more kind of stable source of income for chess professionals, because they know they're going to get paid at least that amount of money. So usually that's a very stable source of income for chess professionals. What is nice about chess leagues is that you can play in more than one league. So for example, you might have a team in the English league and also in the French league. It's basically, it's all up to you. You can play up to 10 leagues, of course, if people want you to play in their team. So usually such players would be pretty strong chess grandmasters who play in a lot of chess leagues, maybe above 2600. And chess tournaments, I think, is a completely different thing, because in a chess tournament, usually in order to gain money from it, you have to actually, take a usually very achieve very good result, get a very high place, usually between first and maybe 10th place. Even though from my experience, in most open chess tournaments, the good prizes, the big prizes, are only for the very, very first places, 1, 2, 3. If you go further away from that, usually it would be pretty low amount of money that you get. So playing in chess tournaments and making a living from it is already a very tricky thing to do. So imagine a tournament having 100 chess players, maybe 10 or 20 of them are grandmasters, and there are only maybe 3, let's say, serious prizes to be taken. So it's a tricky thing. You might also not get anything in theory. So let's say be dependent on chess. Playing in chess tournaments is a really tricky thing. That's why I think only maybe chess players above 2700 can do that. That's a questionable, but that's like an estimate. And also there are closed chess tournaments. These are the type of tournaments you see, for example, Magnus Carlsen or these very high rated players playing. Basically a tournament where there are only, let's say, 10 invited players. They play between themselves, and in this kind of tournament usually you kind of get granted at least a certain amount of money that you're getting paid for. Obviously if you get first place it would be more than like 10th place, but they have this type of like prices that are guaranteed, so you're not, let's say, risking not getting any money, let's say, like you do in a regular open tournament. So in terms of playing, let's say purely playing chess, so I would say that leagues would be the kind of the stable source of income, but also some people kind of play some tournaments, they acquire some more money, but that's just one type of income source for chess professionals. Let us move to the second type of source of income, let's say, which is also a very common one. Basically, coaching, teaching, lessons, lectures, all of that. I think in the last couple of maybe years or decades, this thing has pretty much revolutionized, because now we have internet. There is an option to communicate through all kinds of communication sites like Skype and Discord and so on. So I, for example, teach a lot of students which not even from my country, and there is no problem with that. That's a very common thing to do. So there are obviously one-on-one lessons, 2-on-2, group lessons, all of that. I'm not going to be talking so much about how much exactly that would be, because it really kind of different between different people. Every chess professional kind of takes basically the amount of money that he feels comfortable taking according to his experience, according to the amount of maybe successful students that he had. There's a lot of things that might affect the price, but this is one very stable source of income that I think chess professionals have. So basically lessons. Sometimes they would give lectures also, maybe in some clubs or in some just some chess event that somebody organized. So these kind of things, that is another source of income for chess professionals. There is also simultaneous chess games. I think this is also a pretty popular thing. Basically, a chess professional, usually a very strong player, is being invited to give some kind of a simultaneous chess game when he is playing against a lot of people. Usually he's getting paid for it in advance. And obviously the price for this is really it can be anything. It's different whether you are just a regular chess player, or versus if it's like maybe Magnus Carlsen. Who knows how much money he does from this, right? I don't know, probably a lot. So simultaneous chess games is also a pretty common source of income, even though I would say it's not very stable. Obviously, it's kind of here and there. Kind of, you might have some simultaneous chess games, but it's not a regular source of income probably. So this is about that. Next source of income for chess professionals, modern era. There is YouTube, there is Twitch. Many chess professionals, grandmasters, international masters, they have their own platforms of YouTube or Twitch. They might stream, they might make educational videos like I do. They might get paid on all kinds of donations, YouTube AdSense, maybe even Patreon, all kinds of things like that. So that obviously depends on how big is your channel and your community. So that's I think also very this type of income is, let's say, is growing. I think more and more chess professionals would go and turn their attention to these kind of sources of income, because it's that's the modern era. That's where humanity kind of goes. So I think that is going to become even more popular in the future. Then we have, of course, chess books, chess magazines. Many chess professionals write, some chess books about, openings, tactics, middle game, anything basically. Some of them also might write an ebook or a physical book that might grant them some kind of a passive income. People purchase their books. Also, there are some chess websites that offer chess grandmasters to write for them some kind of articles, or make video lectures about anything. For example, I do work with all kinds of chess websites, and I create educational videos for them. Obviously, I'm getting paid for that. Sometimes also some chess website will ask for you to make all kinds of opening repertoires for them. I think one very big chess website that does exactly this is Chessable, that sells basically people the option to buy chess opening repertoires. That's an interesting concept, which I think only became popular in the last couple of years. So this is basically sums it up. Obviously, there might be more sources of income that I might not be aware of. These are, let's say, what I would consider to be the biggest or the most popular sources of income. Obviously, talking about specific amounts is very problematic, because it's very much differentiate, it's very much different between other people. Also, it's very much different between countries. I guess maybe for somebody who lives in, I don't know, Ukraine or India, being a chess professional might be different than somebody who lives in a very expensive country, with Norway or Denmark. So it's a very questionable thing. To me, it was, it's so hot here. So to me, it was just important to let you guys know that it is possible to live as a chess professional. I do. I'm not starving. Also, probably not a multi-billionaire, but who knows? So really hope that you enjoyed this kind of video, which basically will give you some information about all of those people that you might hear about in the chess community. How do they manage to make a living? So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully we'll see each other, let's say, soon enough. And I hope you guys have a good day. Cheers. Bye-bye.